Crime rates in NYC are getting out of hand so fast that more than half of New Yorkers now fear becoming a crime victim.
Police need your help in finding two people they say were involved in a subway stabbing.
Searching for 12 suspects in the robbery of a young couple. This is the East Village.
It's really difficult to feel safe.
Have you heard the latest? It's like someone handed Gotham City's script to the Big Apple.
3 men are under arrest and charged in connection with a fatal drive-by shooting.
NYC is expanding the detention centers in the Bronx to accommodate the increasing number of juvenile offenders. Isn't it like a punch to the gut? Let's discuss what's happening in your beloved city, which now feels like the scene of a crime drama. We've all seen the iconic skyline and the bright lights of Times Square, but behind the glitz and glamour, there's a darker reality unfolding. So stick around. We're going to show you the unfiltered truth about the 5 boroughs in this video. It's a hard pill to swallow, but New York City, your beloved home, is facing a big crisis. A surge in crime is turning your once vibrant neighborhoods into a concrete jungle of chaos. The city that never sleeps at night now restricts people to their homes, even in the bright daylight. Why? Because crimes are getting out of control. The NYC streets, once filled with kids playing, now have fearless teenagers with guns. Shootings that once happened in back alleys are now seen in the crowded streets in the middle of the day. Gang members are fighting and bystanders are getting into the crossfire. Assaults, burglaries, theft, and even murders are taking on deadly momentum. New York City Councilman Robert Holden said that he has never seen the lawlessness he's seen today in his 71 years of life in NYC.
71 years I've lived in New York City. I've not seen the lawlessness that I'm seeing today in New York City.
Seriously, what's happening to the city that used to be the epitome of opportunity and dreams? It's equally scary and sad. According to the NYPD, New York started this year with horrifying statistics. The overall crime index was up 4.1% in January 2023 compared to last year. Plus, the felony assaults were up by 14.9%. And the number of arrests for index crimes increased by 29.6%, which was 24 years high. Talking about individual crimes, serious assault cases increased 18% more than the same period in 2022. Robberies were up nearly 9.4%, burglaries rose by 5.5%, and rapes by an alarming 16%. Oh, you might have seen the progressive politicians and their allies running victory laps in the media over New York City's crime reduction in the last few months. Yes, it's true. NYC has seen a continued reduction in crimes from January to November 2023, though not to their pre-pandemic lows. Mayor Eric Adams and the NYPD are boasting about it in the media. Plus, they're confident that NYC will become free of crime in the near future. This confidence finds its root in the monthly NYPD crime reports, which show a small ray of hope. The November 2023 statistics showed a 4.1% decline in the overall crime index. Shooting and murder incidents have significantly declined as compared to 2022. But let's clear things up. These reports are not showing the complete picture of what's happening in NYC. First, just a 4% reduction is not something to brag about. Come on, if you're really going for the comparison, then compare current stats with 2018 or earlier good days, and you'll understand it's just a drop in the ocean. Secondly, where murders and shootings have been reduced, other small crimes have gained pace. Being a New Yorker, you'd agree that arbitrary mayhem, street crime, and general hostility are all trending the wrong way. Do you know hate crimes have increased by 33% in November 2023 as compared to November 2022? In most cases, the victims were targeted for being Jewish, Black, Muslim, or LGBTQIA+, and the current Israel-Hamas war is adding fuel to the fire. Besides hate crimes, car thefts, felony assaults, and transit crimes are also up. So it's not that crime's been reduced, it's that the major crimes are replaced with smaller, more frequent incidents. So the government showing a victory sign makes no sense. Thirdly, not all the crimes are reported. If the data says shoplifting is down, why is every store locking all the things that can't be nailed to the floor? Why did Target close its store in NYC in response to ever-increasing theft incidents? Where did this $4.4 million revenue loss to NYC retailers come from? How many victims of minor assault and mugging simply decide not to take the headache to report the crime when the perpetrator, if he's even caught, will be released in just a few hours? The NYPD reports scream that petty larceny is reduced. Then why does the New York City Department of Transportation say that 90,000 packages are stolen or lost in a day in NYC? And this figure was from 2019, so imagine what the stats would be now. The City Journal is estimating that the actual number of packages stolen or lost could be closer to 200,000. The department is not debunking the report of the NYPD, but their demand for placing storage lockers on sidewalks for securely leaving packages for customers is showing that things are getting ugly. Very ugly. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. A lot is happening in New York City that's turning this city of dreams into a city of nightmares. Do you want to see more similar content like this? Make sure to subscribe to our channel and watch the other videos as well. We promise you only the most accurate and entertaining news in town. So, the number presented may not tell the whole story, and we shouldn't rely solely on reported crimes to gauge the true extent of criminal activity. If you really want to dig out the exact crime situation in NYC, look at the polling data that shows NYC is not a city of dreams anymore. A recent Siena College poll confirms that 61% of New Yorkers are concerned that they would be a victim of crime. Isn't it disappointing? A city that was supposed to protect its dwellers is now threatening their precious lives. A city that should invest in academia and technology is spending millions to fight off crimes. Now, you might be wondering, what are the city officials doing about all this? Well, that's a great question. It seems like they're more focused on political squabbles than actually addressing the rising crime rates. Last year alone, 327 repeat offenders committed 30% of the retail thefts across our city. Why aren't they being caught? And if they are, why do you let them walk away without serious punishment? These questions might be hovering in your minds, and why not? You can't restrict yourself to your homes, just like you did in the COVID-19 pandemic. And the worst scenario will be when this alarming situation persists. Policing expert Joseph Giaclone, a retired NYPD sergeant, said that we're quite close to a record increase in crime rate from last year. If we're unable to drop the crime rate this year, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. It means this alarming state will become the norm, and things will only get worse from here. So, here we are, folks. The city's in jeopardy, but it can change like the weather at any time. The continuous reduction is not based on weeks, but on months of data. Despite having a tough start to the year, NYPD has still managed to reduce the crime rate by 4.1%. But the question is, what's the rest of the system doing? The NYPD is responsible for public safety, but it can't take the totality of the burden. This is a grave problem. We can't just sit idle and watch our homeland get spoiled by the hands of evil. We demand serious steps be taken for the peace and prosperity of our people. That one-digit decline might look good on paper, but in stark reality, it is nothing. So, let's hope for the best and be the change we want to see. Together we can turn the tide and make sure the city that never sleeps doesn't have to lie awake worrying about its safety. New York is calling us, so let's stay informed and play our part to make it secure again.